Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a replay cast of the new Legacy of the Void fan alpha. You can find this game in StarCraft 2 Arcade, and it's just a fan-made map from the stuff that all Blizzard showed us and let us know about. So I don't know if this production tab is gonna really work too well with like new units and stuff. But as you can see, I'm fighting a Protoss named Rabbit, and he will be our Protoss for the day. And I'm going to be playing a Zerg, my favorite race, of course. Okay, so right off the bat, I decided to go for a spawning pool of gas. You start off with like just so much money, just because you start with 12 workers. And it's pretty crazy, really. The spawning pool is going to be up at like 2 minutes. That's really crazy, in my opinion. I even say, oh, I can just go ahead and get gas really early. I try to get this Roach Warren up as fast as possible, because I like the Ravager as a unit. I think they're really cool. They do a lot of damage if your opponent doesn't micro fast enough. It's actually canceling an expansion over here. What's he doing? He decided to get a gateway instead, because he saw what I was getting. He's gonna get double gas up. Now, I mean, you really start stockpiling a lot of stuff. I mean, I just bought a bunch of tech, so I'm a little bit lower. But, I mean, look how much money he has. Just because you start out with so much stuff and you can't build anything except probes one at a time. And, of course, tech structures. So, he's going to get a second gateway, while I'm getting my natural. I'm gonna get a couple lings out to go check what he's doing. He's starting to zealot, and he's getting a cyber car. He's sticking at. He's actually going up to 18 workers. So. I mean, as Zerg, you really start to stockpile money too, because you only get like one larva every so often, and I mean, you can't really build much out of it until you get all the required tech structures. So that's a weird thing about the new game, if they decide to keep the 12 workers thing. This is, of course, an alpha, and you never know what's going to stay, what's going to go, and what new things will occur. So, I mean, I got these lings. Going to scout this out, but I don't really want to attack. I just want to see what he has. So I go in, see the warp gates coming out, and both gateways working. Mothership core pops out just in time to save the day. Cancels a sentry, gets that kill. Expert micro. I got a few roaches out because I want to make my Ravagers. You actually don't need an upgrade for Ravagers. You can just build them right off the bat, and you can do it on hatchery tech. You don't even need lair. And their cost brings them up to like 3 supply and 100 total. So I mean, it's kind of expensive supply wise. So you probably don't want to get massive amounts of them, but they really are good. Getting this Hydra Den up while he's getting his Robo facility up. Getting a few extra gateways. He's gonna start, I don't know. Guess he's going back. Alright, there I go, getting some Ravagers while I get some other roaches that are about to pop right away. And these things are pretty awesome. They actually look way similar to the ones shown off at Blizzard, BlizzCon and all that crap. So whoever did the models for these did a really good job. Right. I knew there was a fake Phoenix coming because I hit one of my overlords. He's gonna decide to get an observer out, get a Robo Bay, because you need that for disruptors. I actually didn't realize how expensive disruptors were, and supply wise, that's a lot of supply. So I just have to move out. His army isn't that big at all, really. So I decided only just to morph the 3 Ravagers and keep the rest as roaches. They do take up a lot of supply, so getting only a few of them. I used the Ravager's ability to break that force field. It only has a 10-second cooldown, which is incredibly fast. So you can just keep spamming that spell. Deals 40 damage plus 40 versus armored to all units in an area effect. So that's just a lot of damage. Unfortunately, I missed that one. He was able to micro away. This Ravager's about to die, so I kind of put him in the back a little bit. So I'm getting a little afraid now because he's got 2 immortals. He's actually got a couple good force fields off. Right at the moment I'm like, I really shouldn't be pushing in. But I actually did get a decent hit. And I lost a Ravager for it though. So that's pretty unfortunate. I also have some Hydras coming up. Splitting each other like a bunch of morons. So I decided to pull back to the watchtower and build up. I wasn't macroing very well when I was just attacking because I wanted to try microing a little bit harder, which obviously is not a good thing. I see this disruptor coming and I'm like, oh crap. This thing, it becomes invulnerable once it does this. You can't attack it now, so you just basically have to run. But it's faster than almost everything in the game. It just does so much damage. Pretty sure one hit one of those Hydras. Not entirely sure about that. But it's just like so much. I got one Lurker out, which is gonna do nothing because he's just gonna sit back with his units and defend. So he wants to rebuild this whole base. He cancels everything for obvious reasons. I'm like, oh man, he actually has an observer. So that ramp kind of messed me up. I tried to do some splitting, but I didn't get away in time. I think that's one of the few ways of stopping that thing from killing everything you have. It's just to do some splits, like a Marine versus a bunch of banelings. I have a lot of Hydras coming up. I'm gonna break these rocks so I have easy access to the top of this ramp. I can't tell if he knows. I can only imagine that he does. He's walking over here. I kind of want to go in and get a couple hits off. Now he's kind of in a really bad position Oh, there he goes. Gets that right in the middle of my army. And he kills everything. It is such a good unit. And I highly doubt that that it's gonna stay like that. He also did a little bit of splash damage to himself there, I think. It does 120 damage, and that is not a small area of effect. That is a pretty big area of effect. So, I mean, I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna build a bunch of lurkers. And hopefully just catch them without knowing. But I mean, he does have that observer. And also trying to expand to this gold. And I'm droning up back at home. So I try to sneak him in a little bit. There is a lurker upgrade for extra range. But you need Hive for that, and I don't think I have Hive. Nope, still in Lair Tech. So I just had to try to go back in and do the same thing. Split him up a little bit. Yep, there it is. But I mean, he has observers, so he's just too afraid. Because if he moves in, they'll do some massive damage to that not bio ball, Protoss ball. And he gets the kills though, so I just have these 2 leftover units. Now I basically have nothing, because I'm not injecting or anything, so it makes it really hard to have anything. Getting 16 roaches out. But by now he's on 3 bases and he's getting all these upgrades and stuff. He's got higher tech units. I think the cooldown needs to be more than 10 seconds, but I don't know if they actually know how long the cooldown is supposed to be. I still don't even have the space on control group.
Sometimes maximizing isn't the best idea, but when it comes to your car's performance and fuel economy, maximizing is key. And with AutoZone,
so I'm gonna try to get Burrow for some reason. I don't really know why.
Everything you need, including helpful advice.
So I'm desperately trying to hang on to dear life right now. I mean, but the main's mined out so quick. So I see this War Prism. I don't give it a second thought. I'm never gonna hit it with the I don't even know what it's called. Corrosive Bile. So I just spammed a bunch of them, just trying to hit the whole army. I mean, it's okay, but it didn't really do any major damage. I should have just ran away. But I mean, at this point, he's got 3 Colossus, even though they're mostly damaged. And he's got a bunch of Immortals, so I don't know what to do. My best option probably would have been to go Spire units. But right now, I'm just getting Infestors out. Thinking about maybe Fungaling. Maybe doing that damage buff. So, I'm getting the Hive up though. A 20-minute Hive is still pretty late. Even for like a slow economy, like Heart of the Swarm and Wings of Liberty are. I actually wonder if Colossus can climb up there. That'd be a pretty awesome yet almost useless place to be. I mean, I have nothing. He's doing drops and everything. Looks like I missed mostly everything. He used his Disruptor to try to kill all of my stuff. War Prison picks him up from afar. He's gonna go try to do some more shenanigans over here. Sees my infestors, he probably just kept going because he didn't want to get fungled. And unfortunately, I missed it. Clearly a high level game we're playing here. I'm just trying to build up back at home, trying to get like one spore crawler out. He killed that, but there's nothing in it anyway, so it didn't really matter. He got my queen though. I still don't have like any upgrades at all. I'm not playing this like seriously at all. I mean, it's my first time playing a legitimate match. So, he's got this base up. That means it's game over for me, because he also has this one up. So, I decided to get adrenal glands for the lings and attack upgrade. And I'm getting some swarm hosts. Now, I got hive specifically for the swarm host upgrade. I'm not even getting it right now. I don't even have the money for it. Should really have gas geysers on this base. He brings in a couple of these things and just takes out my whole army with them. I was just hoping that he didn't have an observer, which he did. Couldn't get away regardless. So I'm getting these swarm hosts out. I lose almost all of them because it's like I accidentally burrowed because that's what I'm used to doing with swarm hosts. And then I'm like trying to click my locusts, and you actually have to click and you have to use the ability and click where you want them to go. So it was just I didn't realize I had to do that, and I just lost everything for it. So, I mean, I have 47 supply, he's 147. So, I mean, good job on him. He basically won the game at this point. I say they're really strong and fast, and he agrees with me. So, yep, that was a good game by Rabid Rabbit. And, like, follow, subscribe, and I'll be definitely getting more of this stuff out to you guys. I mean, it's a pretty exciting time in StarCraft, new expansions and everything. But yeah, thanks for watching, and there'll be more soon.